There's nothing quite as iconic as a Boeing 747. It's instantly recognizable. Let's hop on board, head upstairs, settle into business class, and enjoy an international flight together. Hello, jet setters. There's only one thing in aviation more exciting than flying on a 747, and that's flying upstairs on the Queen of the Skies. I'm Jeb Brooks from greenergrass.com, and I hope you'll join us as we do just that, traveling from Frankfurt to New York's JFK. Today's journey starts in Copenhagen, where we'll take a short hop to Frankfurt before embarking on our transatlantic flight aboard the legendary 747-8. In total, we'll cover 4,279 miles. At Copenhagen Airport, we navigated long lines, a hallmark of summer 2022 travel. Then we took a quick Lufthansa A320neo flight to Frankfurt, where even a brief business class journey included a small snack. In the US, you'd be lucky to get a glass of water on a flight that short. Upon arrival in Frankfurt, we made our way through the terminal. The key to a smooth transfer here? Two things. Give yourself plenty of time and always trust the signs. Frankfurt Airport is dominated by Lufthansa, and while there's plenty of shopping, we had a specific goal in mind. What's your first memory of a 747 flight? For me, it was back in 8th grade when I flew from Washington Dulles to Paris. If you've ever flown on a 747, let me know your first memory in the comments. My first experience on a 747 was aboard a KLM flight from Amsterdam to Hong Kong, an unforgettable trip. Today, we're in for another memorable experience aboard Lufthansa's 747-8, one of the last 747s Boeing will ever produce. Lufthansa, with 19 of these aircraft, is the largest operator of this variant. The 747 is easy to spot thanks to its distinctive hump, and the excitement of flying upstairs never fades. True or false, the 747 is the most beautiful plane in the sky today? For me, it's true by a long shot. Some people admire the A380, but let's be honest, nothing compares to the elegance of the 747. But first, lounge time. After clearing passport control, we headed upstairs to the Z gates. No airport experience is complete without a walk through duty-free, right? Despite a long line, we quickly gained access to the Lufthansa Senator Lounge, thanks to our Star Alliance Gold status. It was spacious and had a solid buffet, great coffee stations, and even phone booths for privacy. Of course, you can't visit a Lufthansa lounge without having a pretzel. Is it still breakfast time? In a lounge, every meal is any meal. We left the lounge at 9:55 a.m. for our scheduled 11 a.m. departure, thinking we had plenty of time. What we didn't expect? A massive crowd at the final U.S. passport check. This additional security screening, required for flights to the U.S., caused a delay. It took us 20 minutes to get through, pushing back our departure by 24 minutes. Boarding the Boeing 747. When we arrived at the gate, boarding had just begun. But instead of heading directly onto the plane, we were directed downstairs, then outside. That's when we realized we'd be boarding via air stairs at a remote stand. Walking across the tarmac at Frankfurt, we admired Lufthansa's 747 fleet. Four-engine aircraft like the 747 are becoming increasingly rare as airlines favor more efficient twin-engine jets. Lufthansa still operates 27 of these beauties, including 8 747-400s. When we finally reached our aircraft, we climbed the air stairs with anticipation. Going upstairs on the Boeing 747. Every flight is special, but a flight on a 747 is legendary. And climbing the stairs to the upper deck, that's an experience to be treasured. The upper deck features a 2-to-2 business class layout, creating an intimate, almost private jet-like atmosphere. While there are 332 seats downstairs, up here there are only 32. Each seat comes with a pillow, blanket, and plenty of extra storage along the sidewall. The seat itself is adjustable, with a small cubby for amenities, a tray table, and a USB charging port, though, unfortunately, the universal power socket didn't work. Pre-departure drinks were served, setting the stage for an incredible flight. After taxiing to the runway, we finally took off, an iconic Lufthansa 747 departure from one of their major hubs. In-flight experience. Lufthansa's amenity kits are practical, doubling as reusable pouches. If you need extra items like eye shades or combs, you'll find them in the lavatories. The in-flight entertainment system was a letdown. Even at maximum brightness, the screen was hard to see, and the touch controls were frustratingly unresponsive. But let's be honest, this flight was about the plane, not the IFE. Lufthansa Business Class Lunch. Lunch service began as we approached the English coastline. Suzanne and I started with appetizers. She had veal, while I enjoyed a fresh tuna tataki. The main course followed, and I chose the beef tenderloin, which was perfectly cooked. Suzanne's prawns were, in her words, one of the best meals she's ever had in the sky. Our flight attendant insisted we try both dessert options, which was a nice touch. The 222 seating is comfortable, but if you're in a window seat and your seatmate is asleep, getting out can be tricky. When Suzanne settled in for a nap, I had to execute a careful maneuver to escape my seat. Think gymnast or ballet dancer. Downstairs, business class is arranged in a 222 layout, which is ideal for solo travelers who don't want to climb over a seatmate. About 90 minutes before landing, we were offered a pre-arrival meal. I had planned to try the cold salmon fillet, but they'd run out, so we both got the eggplant parmesan. Surprisingly, it was delicious. Lufthansa Business Class Jeb score. Now, let's rate this experience. Lounge, comfortable but nothing groundbreaking, except for the pretzel, 4 stars. Seat, a lie-flat seat is always a win, but the outdated 2-2 layout isn't industry-leading, 2 stars. Food, excellent. Suzanne is still raving about it, 5 stars. IFE, hard to use, dim screen and frustrating controls, 2 stars. Service, friendly and attentive during meals, but absent between them, 4 stars. That brings us to 17 out of 25 stars. But let's be real, this wasn't just about the rating. Flying upstairs on a 747 is an unforgettable experience, and if you ever get the chance, do it. Until next time, see you in the sky.